Hello everyone. So I had a quick look at this Odysee thing that's very popular in dissident circles right now as an alternative to YouTube, as a sort of as an alternative to BitChute as well. I'm gonna go over some quick things with it. I've joined it as well. I'll link my channel in the description on Odysee. There's a few things that are good about it and a few things that I think are a bit of an issue. First thing is it's on a blockchain. For those of you who don't know, a blockchain is basically just a file of information that gets passed along through nodes, and a certain amount of the nodes have to confirm whether or not the file integrity is correct or not. So it's a decentralized distributed network, and it means it's very, very hard to change any information on it, to remove information from anything, because it's essentially sort of an open source. Everyone can see what's in it, everyone can see the changes, and if changes are disagreed by the majority of the network, they don't get passed. So in theory, it's impossible to remove videos from there. So that's why Odysee is supposedly very censorship proof. Fact of the matter is, while the videos can't be removed from the blockchain, Odysee can choose to not show videos on your channel or on their website, because you're just using a ClearNet page. So if you know how, you can always access the videos published there on the blockchain, but Odysee has the option of just removing them from the ClearNet, and therefore you're not going to get any exposure anyway. I found this out by looking through what happens when channels get deleted and videos get unpublished, for example. It's still all on the blockchain, they just don't show it on the page. That's one thing. Second thing, it's on peer-to-peer. So it works the same way BitChute does. It's not like a centralized server. You upload it, they boost it, your viewers further boost it. So you're seeding to another person when they're watching the video, when you watch the video. And this means IPs are visible to one another. IPs are well, everyone knows what IPs are, I hope. But anyway, it's your computer identity, basically the network identity that you're using, and this is tied to your router. So this can be used to determine your physical location. Therefore, I think it's quite important to use a VPN while using Odysee, because, and I'm not sure I should say this because I might be giving Antifa ideas, but take the precaution and use VPN anyway then, because with such a small network of people right now watching dissident content on Odysee, it will be very easy to just log a whole bunch of IPs, cross-reference them, find locations, and then you've got probably a few pretty close locations of people. You can really map where a lot of people in these circles reside. And for example, if you're in the United Kingdom or in other European countries, this might be used by something like Hope Not Hate to use as a way to target regional organizing and things like that. So use the VPN if you're on Odysee. It's not that likely, I think, that Antifa is doing this, but they might. And you don't want to be sharing your IP with anyone, so use VPN. Did I have anything else to say? Let me see. Oh yeah, the cryptocurrency thing. So it has its own currency library, but the library thing is supposed to be an incentive to reward content creators, which I think is a good business model. It's a way that you can circumvent some things like Patreon and such as well. But the thing is with library, let me check that here. Their current market cap is at that's current price. Current market cap is 65 million euros. So that's absolutely nothing. And if you want to be able to use library as a means to pay creators, you're going to have to get that market cap up significantly, because it's not even listed on Coinbase, for example, because the market cap is so small. So if you're distant, you want to support content creators, get a VPN, sign up for Odysee, like stream all of their content, mute it if necessary, and just stream all of it. They'll receive crypto rewards that'll increase the market cap. Buy into LBRY. Like if you're a crypto guy, you already got a wallet, you know what you're doing. Just stake some on LBRY or something. Don't consider it an investment, even though, you know, if you're buying it now, and other people get in, you know, pyramid scheme sort of thing. But just consider it as a donation. By buying into to LBRY, you increase the market cap, you increase the value, you increase the circulating supply, you increase the likelihood of it being listed on exchanges, and that helps content creators. So I guess on the whole, I think Odysee is a good thing. I do think it will have some of the same problems that BitChute does, because with this, if you know anything about torrenting, you know that with seed peer thing is if there's no seeders, you just basically have a dead link. So the videos on BitChute, if you find videos on BitChute that are like a year or 2 years old and they're not very popular, you're not going to be able to watch them because no one is seeding them. They're basically dead links. Now because Odysee uses a blockchain, I'm not quite sure how that works, and if they don't have default amounts of seeding for videos or anything like that. I haven't really looked into that yet, but I think it's quite a possibility that they'll run into the same problem, that older videos will simply you can't watch them because essentially there's no server sending you the information. Because how it works with Google, for example, YouTube just has these massive server parks. So when you open a video, it's stored in like a data park somewhere, and it gets sent to you, and you're communicating with the IP of that server. How it works with seeding and peer, like peer-to-peer, is you're basically just receiving the information from another guy's PC. And if you've got a significant amount of seeders continuously doing this, that's not a problem. But again, if no one watches the video and over time no one seeds it, then it's gone. So some things there. I think it's technically speaking, like on the technology side of things, better built than BitChute. But BitChute is remarkably still larger, and BitChute's already tiny compared to YouTube. So I don't know about all these things yet. I'm a bit skeptical about all the old tech stuff. I think that it's still in sort of a competition evolutionary phase. You know, there's a niche in the market, and there's a lot of players coming in, and we have to let some time pass before we see who eventually comes out on top as the stable, working, viable YouTube alternative. Anyway, that's my thoughts on Odysee.